good. I really do. I really hope the connection stays strong. I accidentally deleted a live I did the other day when I was talking about, what was I talking about? Oh, I forgot what it was. Anyway, I guess with the connection and the rest of it, the video uploaded, it was fine. I shared it as a community post as well. Then I went back to check on it and I saw two of the same videos. One said upload failed, the other one said upload was fine, it was live and everything. And then I went to delete one of the two because there was a duplicate of the video, not knowing that the one I was deleting, there were just one. I just needed to refresh my smartphone or my device for them to just merge. But anyway, it is what it is. And that live video, whoever saw it on a replay or caught it live, it is what it is. So anyway, we're back here. So yes, I did it and I'm going to be doing more. Let me check and just see what the live is looking like. I hope it's good. It looks good. It looks good. Welcome to this live broadcast. My name is Deborah of Nonconformist Eyewear. I do all things non-conformism when it comes to my life, my lifestyle, and all of that great stuff, including my freeform locks. Who is there? Oh, probably my puppy as usual. So yes, what did I do? What did I do? So let me give you the lowdown. Oh, before I go into that, thank you everyone, especially those of you who have just subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you also very much for joining my community, my channel, my platform, and showing so much love and support. Thank you for the likes and the congratulatory messages on my lockversary last week. 3 years, 4 months. So we're getting there. Definitely we're getting there, and onwards and forward, really. Thank you so much for joining. Who's in the house? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you. Good evening, good afternoon. I know it's afternoon for some of you, but it's nighttime here. What time is it? I don't know, probably about 8 or something. Anyway, last week I went to the salon, as I normally do once or twice a month, to get my hair washed, because my shower head isn't that great at the moment, and the shower head I have, the water pressure is not good. It's nothing to even do with the shower head. The water pressure is really, really low where I am. So I like the idea of being able to go into the salon to, let me see, we've got someone in the house. My eyes are, let me see who's in the house. Jacqueline, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. Thank you, Jacqueline, for joining. Thank you so much. Let me keep my glasses on, actually. So anyway, I like going into, how are you, Jacqueline? How are you? Are you okay? Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're in the house. Yeah, we're going to be transparent in this video because this is how I like to keep it on my channel. I don't like to give you any falsehoods, any false information. You're good. I'm good too. I'm good. I'm good. I've got a bit of a hot flush right now, and this is probably why I'm shining a bit. This is also down to black soap and shea butter, plus the weather is quite humid as well. So that's all why I'm looking shiny, but I think it's okay. Anyway, so we're going to be transparent in this video. So I went to the salon last week to have a wash. Normally when I go in the salon, what would happen is I'll tell the ladies in the salon, usually the owner, I'll just walk in, really. I think I really should make an appointment, but she doesn't mind. She's fine. If there's an availability, if it's just a simple wash, she'll say it's fine. You know, the girls will do a fantastic job. But last week, I had this feeling that I wanted a deep clean. I wanted a proper deep clean. So I went in and she said that could I make an appointment and come back because she wanted to have some things ready for me, and they were also fully booked. And she didn't just want to squeeze me in because I'd asked for a deep clean. So I made an appointment for today to go back, which I did. In between last week when I went to the salon and today, I have been thinking seriously about this Congo I have. This big Congo I have here has um, been a bit of a challenge when it comes to me dressing up. It's getting in the way and it's getting really, really big. And I was just thinking to myself that, one, how much TLC is this Congo getting in comparison to the rest of my other locks, which aren't as thick as this one? And I know for a fact, thank you so much for joining. We have a few more in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining. So I know for a fact, let me see what you say. Exactly. Tell me about it. Believe me, I know about the hot flower. You too? Hey, 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 how are you doing? I am still in the Gambia. I am still in the Gambia. It is hot. It's the rainy season right now, and it's just sweltering. It is sweltering. It's raining, but it's sweltering. So anyway, as I was saying about this thick Congo I have, I've been thinking that I know it's not getting as much TLC in comparison to the other locks that I have, which aren't as big as this one in terms of getting to my scalp, in terms of getting to my scalp under that big Congo, in terms of getting sunshine into my hair, in terms of air drying my lock. That lock takes forever. It takes forever for it to dry. The rest of my hair will be dry, and this one, and it's nighttime now, and it's still not. No, I think it is dry. I think it's dry because I went out in the rain, so my scarf is a bit wet. So I was thinking to myself, combined with the fact that let's see, okay, I hope I'm still alive. Combined with the fact that it's getting in the way when I want to put on my clothes. If I have to wear something over my head, my big Congo gets caught in my clothes, and then I'm ending up pulling it back, and it's getting heavier as well. I can feel the weight of it. I can also feel it pulling a bit on my scalp, and I'm very tender-headed. I've always been tender-headed, and this is one of the main reasons also why I decided to lock my hair, because I don't like my hair being messed around with. This is also one of the reasons why I don't manipulate my locks, because I don't like pulling, I don't like all of that. It just disturbs me. So I said to myself, when I get to the salon today, I will ask the owner if it will be possible to, one, get that deep clean, and two, wait for it. I'm going to separate that lock. I want to separate it and break it up into smaller chunks so I can really get in the middle of it. I've also been watching quite a few videos of people who have very thick Congos, and over time all the build up in the middle of it, and it makes sense because so much hair is bunched up together and so much hair is matted together. It will have something, there's going to be something in there. Might not be that much for me because I don't put anything in my hair other than wash it and then air dry it. So I don't put any conditioners in, waxes, gels, creams, oils, butters. I don't do any of that. I don't put any of that in my hair. And you know, I talk quite a lot on this channel about oils, and I talk about oils not being the devil. Oils are good. If you want to consume your oils, you can consume your oils. Thank you so much, Black Man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to you too. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you being in the house. Thank you. So I talk about oils a lot on this channel, and I say it all the time, and I keep repeating it. If you do want to put oils in your hair and your locks, if you feel it's necessary, do it. Yeah. So today when I went to the salon, I spoke to her about it, separating this big Congo of mine, and she said, we need to take some time to do that. So I want you to come back again. We're going to do a deep clean because we're ready for you. But I also want you to make an appointment and come back so that I'm prepared for you. I've got all that I need to help you carefully pull this big Congo apart. And maybe we'll have about 4 or 5 logs out of it. Hey, great. So I had my deep clean today, and the deep clean was basically apple cider vinegar in a spray bottle, diluted. That's what she used only. She didn't add any baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, not baking soda. She didn't add any of that for that to fizz. I didn't have to put my logs in a bowl of, ACV water with bicarbonate of soda, none of that. It was just simple. And the reason I believe she did that is because she already knows that I don't put much in my hair. I don't put anything apart from wash it with, soap. So it didn't need so much. So all the young lady in the salon did was spray my whole head and then focused on my scalp as well. So she sprayed the diluted solution of the ACV on my scalp, on my locks, massaged it in, allowed it to marinate for about 5-10 minutes, and then they gave me a good wash. My gosh, it was heaven. It was just absolutely delightful. When someone's washing your hair for you, it's so much different. I know there are people who don't like someone touching their hair, but for me, every now and again, it is just heaven. It was so nice. So they washed it for me twice. I had a good wash twice. The water was nice and warm, not too warm. And then, of course, they finished it off, I think, with a blast of cold water, which is also really good, which I like. And then I was also thinking, whilst they use the ACV, I said, I know ACV generally can dry. I know that. This is why I don't use it. I don't do these, regular ACV rinses. I don't do it. I think maybe I've done it once, similarly to the way it was done today, and might have done it probably about 2 years ago, maybe more than that, So I like the way she did it today. None of this heavy soaking, just spray it lightly and then get on with it. So because I was thinking that the ACV on my scalp will have some drying effect, guess what I did? Guess what I asked for? Yes, I asked for them to oil my scalp. So this is what I mean about being transparent. This is a one-off. This is something that, hey, tomorrow I'm not going to oil my scalp. No way. So none of it in my locks. I'm sure some of it will travel into my locks, but I'm not going to sweat it. But I wanted my scalp to not dry out. I didn't want that squeaky feeling, because ACV literally will strip everything. It just strips it. Even if it's diluted, even if it's not a full soak, even though it's just a spritz and a spray of the diluted solution, I know it would dry out my scalp. Yeah, I know that it will dry out my scalp. But remember that I normally focus on ingesting or digesting my oils, my good oils and my good fats. So I know that some of that will come through as well. But for just that immediate point in time when I had the deep clean today, I asked for some oil, and the oil they used was really light and very small amount. And the young lady who did it, she did an absolute fantastic job. So next week I have an appointment to go back to separate this Congo. Yes, and hopefully I remember to get them to video record it, because I'm sure so many of you would like to see the process. Now I believe she's going to use, can you see that? Is it dry? It's still a bit wet, it's still a bit wet, but I went out in the rain as well just a minute ago. Can you see? So I know there's still a bit of water in it because it's kind of sagging. Is it sagging? Or it's way down. Normally when it's dry, it's kind of up here. So I know there's still a bit of water. And this is one of the reasons why I feel it's necessary also for me to separate it, because it takes forever for it to dry. Forever. Yeah? So with that being said, what it looks like is, let me talk about this Congo as well, because one of my subscribers or viewers made a comment on one of my shorts, and he was like jokingly say, even her Congo has locks of their own. That's right. So can you see that I have, I don't know, 5, 6, these were all individual locks. Yeah, these were all individual locks. So in this one Congo here, I believe I probably have about 12 locks. Because if you look at the whole of this side of my head, which I call side B, the whole of this side of my head, I have no locks here, apart from this one at the back. I have no locks whatsoever on this side of my head. But then you look at this side of my head, I have a lot more. Yeah? Can you see that? I have a lot more here. So what I would like the lady to do at the salon next week is, if I can get about maybe this amount or just less. So I don't want 12 locks out of this, definitely not. Yeah, I don't think nature wants it to be that way because of these skinny ones, and my hair is quite fine. I've got really, really, really super fine hair, almost baby type of hair. So if she can even separate these ones, I don't know what she's gonna do, but it's going to be very interesting. Separate these ones, and then there's going to have to be some sort of cutting or something is going to have to happen, but I'm not sure how she's going to do it. I know she mentioned something about conditioner. Conditioner is something I don't use in my hair as part of my wash routine, but if it means she needs to use it to separate it, because even I've tried to separate it and this is literally set. I mean, look at it. Look, it is literally set. So she's gonna have to use something to make it pliable, if that's the right terminology. So next week is gonna be the day. I will do my best to remember to say if one of her ladies will be kind enough to record the process of separating it, and then of course I will share it with you. So yes, I did something very different today. Not only did I have a deep clean, I also had some oil on my scalp. My scalp was oiled. I don't know, does it look any different? But it's good, and it smells good as well. The oil she added was just, oh, it was delightful. It was such a delight. It was just so nice. All of my, it's just, my hair is so soft, and I'm very happy that I have been very consistent in what I do with my hair. But when, let me just say this as probably a way of I don't know, maybe motivating you. If you feel your lock needs something different, yeah, whether you're free forming, you're semi free forming, whatever it is, I'm still a free former, because at the end of the day, hey, I don't want to separate this, I don't want to separate all this, but I'm going to have to separate this so that this lock, this big Congo doesn't suffer. I don't want it to suffer just for the sake of, I want nature to do what it wants to do. I would rather not separate it, but for the sake of it benefiting from, you know, a good clean without having anything trapped in the middle, then do what you have to do. It's your hair. It's your hair. Do what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel comfortable. I don't want my scalp being pulled on by this. I just don't want it. Let me see what Jacqueline said. Yeah, so do what you have to do that makes you comfortable and gives your lock the best possible chance. My hair is very fine also. Did you use jojoba oil? I don't know. I think it was a mixture of oils, but it felt really light. I couldn't, there was a fragrance in it. There was a fragrance in it. But I don't know if it was jojoba. I didn't ask. But I could tell that it was quite light. It wasn't coconut oil. I know that much. It wasn't coconut oil. It's something, but it had a bit of a fragrance to it as well, and a very herbally fragrance, but I don't know what it was. So I think it's the salon's little concoction, their own mix. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that's the same when I was a loose natural as well, Jacqueline. My hair would not tolerate any heavy oils. It just wouldn't. It would weigh my hair down. It would make my hair look really, greasy and sticky and just limp and floppy and just disgusting. So this is why with these free from locks, or these locks I have, this is why they are fluffy. They are fluffy and lightweight. Yeah. Very, yeah. And when I first saw your Congo, I was thinking that you would eventually separate it because of the weight. There you go. Great minds think alike. Exactly. Exactly. It's getting heavy. I can feel it. And I don't like anything that pulls on my scalp. Right now, just shaking and moving my head, I can feel it. It's really getting heavy. And I don't want it to get too heavy that it becomes a problem just for the sake of what? These ones, I don't even feel them. I know they're there when I shake my head, but there's no weight to it. There's nothing uncomfortable, but this is beginning to get uncomfortable for me, and I just feel like it's time. Yeah. So when you separate it, you will probably have about 8 to 10 new locks. It will still look very, oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Yes, yes. We were saying today, myself and the lady at the salon, we said maybe 4, but it could be more. It could be more. I don't want them to be too thin because my hair is naturally fine, but I want them to look kind of symmetrical. Yeah, symmetrical, or should they be asymmetrical? Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking, yeah, you're right, Jacqueline. I'm thinking at least no less than 4, and perhaps no more than 8 from this. Because as I said, if you look at these, I've got about 6 here already. 1, okay, let's say that's 1. Let's just leave that as 1. That's 2, because these are all Congos. That's 2. This is 3. These are all joined up. So we've got 3 here. Then we've got 1 more here. So this might be 4 with a few others. You're quite right, Jacqueline. So I could quite easily end up with about 8 from this one. So imagine having another 8 locks around here. I'm looking forward to how it would make my face completely different. It would look so different not having this big one. But I have so many great memories of it. I'll have so many great memories of this big Congo. And then the biggest thing I have to now think about is, am I going to have to continue separating? That's my biggest concern. Because if naturally the hair on this side always wants to mat up into this big Congo, is it going to want to do it again? Now, this is 3 years worth of matting up, right? Is it going to want to do that again? Why is it just on that side of my head? Why is it always on this side of my head and not this side? My first set of freeform locks I had about 8 years ago, I had exactly the same thing. On this side of my head was where I had a Congo, yeah? And not this side of my head. So who knows what's going to happen? Exciting times ahead. Thank you so much for joining this live. Thank you, Blackman, for joining. Thank you, Jacqueline, for joining and commenting. Yeah. Jacqueline, are you locked? You are. You must be. Let me know. And Blackman, are you locked as well? Modulami. Oh, okay, modulami. Okay, you're Lamin. Okay, no worries. Are you locked as well? Are you free from locker, or do you have free from locks? Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out again, as always, or I'm probably giving shout outs most of the time to the very same person, Not Nation. Not Nation, K-N-O-T, Nation. K-N-O-T, Not Nation is a Canadian great brother, just showcases all sorts of different locks. And I want to say one of his videos of a gentleman who probably might be in the US. I think the gentleman who Not Nation showcased his video, the young lad is in the US. and he's called Freeform Prophet. I put the link in one of my videos where I said don't be scared of your Congos, or don't be scared of Congos. So Not Nation features different people with big Congos, with just all sorts of different locks, manicured locks, but usually freeform locks, semi-freeform locks is what Not Nation normally focuses on. And it kind of got me thinking about, this Congo I have. Deborah, you really need to do something about it now before it gets overly big and then it gets too late. Not too late, you can separate it anytime. Freeform Prophet separated. He's big, one giant. He had one giant one. When I say giant, he had a big giant one. His one was about 10 times the size of mine, and it was right in the middle of his head, and literally his whole head was just in the middle with a couple of tiny ones just hanging at the back here. That's all he had. His entire head was in the middle, and he separated the whole lot, and it just looked amazing before he separated them, and it looked equally amazing after he separated them. They're just dope, dope, dope. Yeah. So Prophet is spelled P-R-A-F-E-T. Freeform just the same way. I think it's all one word. And Prophet doesn't do lots of videos specifically about his freeform locks. He's more of an artist. I think he's a musician. He's an artist, and he's just a free spirit. He really is just a free spirit. I think you would like him anyway. I like his content, and it might not be for everyone, but I see where he's coming from. He's just a young man who's just doing his thing. So Freeform Prophet is one of those people who has inspired me to really just have a think about this Congo. Anyway, enough said. So I shall see you in another video or another short. I thought I'll come here and share what I did today at the salon. Yes, I added some oil to my scalp. Yes, I had an ACV wash, deep clean. And yes, my hair feels kind of squeaky. I can just, when I'm touching it, ooh, that feeling, it's kind of, ooh, I don't know. It's clean. It's very clean, super clean. It's being stripped. I can feel it being stripped. And I'm not overly concerned that I haven't added oil to the rest of the length of my lock, because it's just something I do not want to do. That is something I definitely do not want to even start doing, because my locks, even with my fine hair, I still have some thickness to it, and I don't want oil trapped in my locks. I don't want to have to keep putting it in, trying to strip it out and put it in, and strip it out and put it in. So I'd rather my locks get the best nutrient it needs from the sun, from the rain, from the foods that I eat, as good as I can eat, clean food, and yeah, okay? So I shall see you all soon. Thank you again, Jacqueline. I hope I haven't missed any of your comments. I did ask you, Jacqueline, are you locked as well? Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. All right, let me see. Okay, Jacqueline. Okay, let me go back a bit. There's a few more comments. Sorry. Let me see. So Jacqueline saying I was freeform, but I had to cut it because of something I did wrong to my hair. Jacqueline, I think you and we have so much in common. That's what happened to my first set of vlogs. Don't worry. But you're thinking of starting again, the freeform journey again. Go for it, yeah. I did exactly the same thing with my first set of freeform vlogs 8 years ago. It was going fine. It was going beautifully. Then I went and added aloe. And I've got a bit of a funny relationship with aloe right now. I don't F with it too much, excuse my French. But what I did was, instead of, you take out the gel or the flesh inside the aloe, and then some people blend it. And when I blended it, instead of me straining it, I didn't strain it, and I just put the aloe straight in my hair. My hair was just, it was full, it was just everywhere. I just had it, it was just, all the bits were just in my hair. I spent hours, maybe days in the shower, washing, and my lock was just saturated with so much water from constantly washing, thinking I could get it out. I couldn't get it out. Then my lock started to have a funny smell, and I just had to cut it all off. I was so gutted. Um, but I learned a hard lesson. So yes, if you've done something wrong, you learn from those, and then you don't make that mistake again. This is why I don't really mess with aloe now. But I know if I was to use aloe, in fact, I used some the other day around my edges. I used some around my edges the other day. I just wanted to give my edge some, you know, some extra TLC. And what I did is I just took the aloe fresh one, I cut it, didn't do anything fancy. Sometimes we do too much. Take out the gel, blend it, add this, strain it, just take it in its natural state. Cut it, the gel was kind of oozing, coming out, and I just rubbed it. I just rubbed it, and left it. And can you tell I've put aloe in my hair? No, I've been to the salon. Yeah, and the rest of it that I had, I literally rubbed it on my puppy, because my puppy has a little bit of a, I don't know, something on the back leg, maybe somebody's bitten him, or he has a bit of a rash there or something. So I just took the rest of the aloe and rubbed it on my puppy. But you cannot tell I added any aloe to my hair compared to what I did 8 years ago. So commiserations, Jacqueline. I'm sorry to hear that, but you start again and you just learn from those mistakes. Okay, so Black man says no, I'm not. I used to for only a short time. Okay. When I was free from it, I got COVID, and my locks on the left of my head joined into a giant lock for me, and it was pulling. Oh, so you cut it off. Okay. Oh, bless you, Jacqueline. Are you better? I hope you're feeling better as well. I may let it grow into an afro, but I am definitely going to stay natural. Well done, well done. So decisions. You're not quite sure if you're going to lock again, free from lock it, or if you're going to just leave it as an afro. But whichever one, as long as we are embracing what naturally has been given to us, I think that's really good. I think that's encouraging. Um, I was loose natural for many years. In fact, I think most of my life I've been a natural, more so than I've been someone who had a perm. I've only had a perm for 7 years out of my entire life. So I've been natural literally all my life, throughout from birth to probably the age of 17. Never had anything done to my hair. Never even once cornrowed my hair. My hair was always just natural, loose, in a short afro. That was it. Throughout school, it was loose, natural. Yeah. So um, I think when we are embracing what we've been given naturally, I think it's far much better than us doing all this funky stuff. Um, each to their own, each to their own. So being a woman who wears locks doesn't make me better than somebody who doesn't wear locks, because tomorrow I might just decide I don't want locks. Don't think it's gonna happen, because I don't like the stress of thinking every day, what do I want to do to my hair? I just don't like it. I don't like the stress of detangling. This is the thing, detangling is my issue. Yeah, detangling is something that's always been a stressful thing for me, whether it's detangling with my finger or detangling with a tool, a comb, a brush. I just don't like the pulling. This is the thing, is this tender-headedness of mine that actually worries me when it comes to my hair. Just not having to have anything be. Next week, I'm looking forward to next week when I do go and separate this. But I'm also not looking forward to it. I'm dreading it in case, sorry, I'm dreading it in terms of how much pulling is going to go on. Because today when they gave me this deep wash, they really gave it a good wash. I could feel it. At one point I wanted to say, oh, it hurts. But I said to myself, don't be a baby. I am really tender-headed, and I'm a bit of a hypochondriac when it comes to my hair. not anything else. But when it comes to my hair, I can over exaggerate. Like, oh, it hurt a little bit, but I was like, oh, it hurts. But I just kept quiet. I was like, come on, Deborah, you're a big girl. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining. I hope the video quality, the live video quality is good and it's not pixelated, not glitchy. I'm sorry I accidentally deleted the live video I did last week or the week before. But I'm not gonna redo it. It's just what it is. We'll just move on. Yeah. All right then, Jacqueline. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Thank you so much. I feel the love from you. Thank you so much for joining my live broadcast. Blackman, thank you so much for joining as well. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. Okay. All right. See you all soon. Bye.